During this week's episode, I record conversation with Madge Lem. This is my second recording with Madge, and if you haven't heard the previous one, check out episode 11 when I talk about her as a mother, wife, and teacher. Thanks to people like Uncle Walter, he encouraged me to meet and to visit John Lem, who has been a pioneer in our Chinatown community. And the few times I met him, I got a chance to meet his wife, Madge. Now, Madge was a longtime member of our church, but because she's much older than me, I never really got a chance to know her. But since her husband died, I have had the honor and the opportunity to have many conversations with her, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Like many of the guests, I didn't grow up knowing these people. I grew up in the church as a loner because my parents didn't take me to church. And over the years, I've had to form many relationships, a lot of them older in my life. So if you're new to our church and you're young, it's not too late to get out there and meet people. And I hope that these interviews will encourage you to do so. But in the meantime, I hope you can enjoy our conversations. This conversation with Madge, we talk about what it means to be a Christian and trying to be a bridge between the young and the old. And with that being said, I'll let you jump right into the conversation. I guess I'm afraid of, I'm wondering that as I get older,
Yeah.
and I feel more experienced and I feel more confident,
Yes. That's good. Good.
should I be afraid to express my opinion when I feel that there is not a strong,
No. You
yeah.
never afraid of your opinion. Never. You always have your own opinion. You have to stick to it
Yeah.
because people want you. They want to see you. And then you have to prove to that they did the right thing to pick you. Don't be wishy-washy. No.
Did people ever doubt you, criticize you before?
They always criticize me because I'm a bad-tempered woman. When I get mad, everybody knows, the whole world knows.
The whole world knows. Yes.
So it's up to them, whatever they do. But I'm still survive.
You still survive, okay.
Don't be afraid of anybody.
I think, for me, I feel that, I want to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think your generation was a great generation for the church. A lot of your peers, even plus or minus 10 years of you, up to Toe Moy is 10 years older than you, down to 10 years younger like Roy. And even a little bit younger like Mrs. Chi, Linda.
Yeah.
They did a great job.
Linda, yeah.
And many of your generation was probably, in my opinion, the reason why the church grew so much for so long. Maybe all the way up into the 90s, they did so well. And then, this is my opinion, the next generation doesn't have the same drive
Right,
as you
you are
all.
right.
Maybe the people in their 40s to 60s,
Yes.
maybe they didn't understand what it takes to push
Yes.
the church to grow.
Yes.
They're not as ambitious, and I'm not saying in a bad way.
Yeah.
I'm saying in a good way.
I
They
know
don't
what
have
you
the
mean.
same desire.
I know.
And so for me, because I'm a little bit younger, I
But
feel
one thing though,
Uh-huh.
the generation is different too.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Uh-huh.
So the age-wise, and it's a little bit different.
I feel personally that the generation above me is lacking in terms of I will give you specific examples,
Yes.
in their ability to do outreach
Yes.
to the community.
Yes.
They don't have that same drive.
Yes.
In their,
They don't at all.
they don't have, and this is not to say they're bad people, I'm just saying they don't have the gift.
I know what you mean.
They don't have the same vision, creativity to think outwardly. They're not as people oriented. They don't have the same
you should
energy.
be the president.
Yes? Go ahead.
Yes, you should. Because you have the foresight, a whole lot of things.
I see people keep doing the same thing, expecting different results.
Yes.
And in my opinion, if there is no change and you want there to be change, you cannot do the same thing. You have to think differently. And
Exactly.
so this is my personal
Yes, that is a good one.
this is my personal
Opinion.
opinion of myself, is that I get along with the people who are in their 70s and 80s, but maybe the people in their 40s and 50s I don't get along with, because they don't have
Respect.
they don't appreciate what I believe in. So this is my opinion, okay?
I don't think because of that. I think it's just because of
Yeah.
the stubbornness.
I think they have different values. So
Stubbornness.
with your generation, it's my opinion,
Yes.
you all are pioneers. You come to this country, you were
Yes.
poor,
Yeah.
and you learned that in order to succeed, you have to take a risk.
Yes.
You have to take a chance. You have to
In
be
a way,
courageous, right?
yes.
And then if you're born in this country with money, you don't have the same sort of drive. That doesn't mean you don't work hard, but you're not willing to take risks like maybe your generation was. And for me as a Christian, I live my life, I feel like, as almost
Halfway.
taking risk,
Yes.
being a pioneer. I'm not afraid to take a chance and fail,
Yes.
because I feel that's how you grow.
Yes.
So, like for example, I would try to do my missionary work in Kenya. That's a risk.
Yes.
You know, when I want to do outreach in the community, you can go pick kids up. That's me taking a chance, working with people I don't know.
Yes.
So, I don't know if the people above me appreciate the fact that I want to take chances to grow the church. I don't know if they have the same mindset I do.
People need to take chance.
Yeah. To be
Because
brave.
if you don't take chance, you never grow. You just stuck there the rest of your life.
So with that being said, I feel that for a lot of the church, this is for not the all
That's
church.
wrong.
This is what the church to me seems like.
Yes.
All we do is Bible study, and that's it. But in my opinion,
No.
you have to go outside of church. You have to go. You can't just grow the church by having Bible study. You have
Yes.
to meet people.
Yes.
You have to be willing to.
Communicate with people.
You have to be willing to spend money
Yes.
to care about other people.
Yes.
You have to be willing to do your own personal ministry, not just
Yes.
within the church, but in your own life.
Yes.
Not look to the church for everything. That's how you have to grow.
You be a good church member.
I am a church member.
You be a good church member. Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do it. Keep on doing what you are talking about.
Yeah. So what do you think? In my opinion,
I like it.
Uh-huh.
I like it
Uh-huh.
because you show everything.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. A person, if they are strong enough, they're not afraid of people. You're not afraid of people.
Well, I'm a little. I don't like confrontation, but I'm not. Let's say this: I'm more afraid of living with regret than I am afraid of people's judgment. I am more afraid to be lazy and than to make people happy.
Don't be afraid of anything.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Don't ever be afraid of anything.
Yeah.
The afraid is a whole lot of down people is afraid.
Yeah. Say it again. Don't be.
Don't be afraid of
Yeah.
anything. You are you. You know yourself well, and God knows you too. So don't be afraid of what people saying, what people think you are wrong or you're right or whatever. It's up to them. You are you.
Yeah.
You control your own self. That's it. That's me. A lot of people don't like me. I don't care. I like myself.
Now can I tell you something? This is what Toe said. Yes, and he is my, him and Roy are my number one spiritual role models.
Yes.
And this was what Toe said to me. I said, Toe, do you ever feel afraid of criticism? And this is what Toe says. I like me. So I'm not going to change for you because I like the way I am. That's what he said.
Yes.
You're saying the same thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's me. You are you.
Uh-huh.
Nobody can change you
Yes.
but yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So why worry about all that? I don't. I do my own way.
Yeah.
That's it. But you have to, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's bad.
Yes.
So you may lose a lot of good
Right.
stuff.
I mean, yeah, you might make mistakes. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying? Yeah.
Mhm.
It might ruin some friendships.
Right.
Yeah. Are you?
But you will have to stand up for what you stand.
I'll tell you what my thought on that. If you can't accept me for making mistakes and you can't forgive me, then we don't have a strong friendship to begin with, and
Yes.
that's okay if we don't want to be friends anymore because that means the friendship was shallow.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
What I say is, a friendship is for good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if the person do not agree with you, they can talk. We can talk, but you cannot by force, sort of like by force,
Yeah.
and people have to listen to you. No, nobody listen to anybody.
Nobody listen. Imagine I listen to my wife. I try.
You are not really. You just say it. You are, but you are not.
I want to be do you feel that, I mean, obviously you have your own confidence and you are a mature person, you have good character.
Yes.
At the same time, do you feel the need to trust people who you respect, ask them for their opinions when you're confused? How does that work?
No, I don't.
You don't ask anybody for their opinions or for advice?
I know what is their advice.
Okay.
Yes, you can judge that. What is their advice? We talk to them and all that, and you will learn all of those already. You're still young, but you will learn.
I think
You will be agree with me one day.
no, I do agree, and my opinion is that my experience tells me that not everyone's advice is the same, and not everyone's advice is
Exactly.
helpful. So I learned to
If that is the case,
Yeah.
this is not a world.
yeah. So I have my people that I feel are very good at understanding me and giving me the
Yes,
right advice,
right.
but I don't take everybody as equal when they give me their opinion.
Good.
So
Good job.
uh,
You did wonderful.
yeah.
That is the way it's supposed to be. That's good. So you have no problem now.
I appreciate people like Roy. He doesn't actually give me a lot of advice, but he's just a great listener. And then we talk. He shares his opinion, but
Yes.
he doesn't always he doesn't always give me a direct answer because I think maybe he doesn't know, and I'm okay with that. But I enjoy just talking with him, people I respect.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy talking is another story, but listening is another story. So you have to use your own judgment. That's important.
Yeah.
So he is good, but how good is he?
I think we all have limitations in terms of their understanding.
You have to learn how to understand that person,
Yes.
because some people just wishy-washy.
Uh-huh.
Some people is serious,
Yeah.
like me. How do you feel about me?
I think you like to joke and be serious at the same time. I think you want. You know what? I think that you are very focused on doing God's will, but because you know life is tough, you have to have fun at the same time, and you have to laugh, even though you're serious. You don't always have to be serious. How about that? Is that fair?
Fair.
Yeah.
That's me. That's
that
real
true?
me. You see the real me now.
It's either serious or having fun, but no wishy-washy.
No wishy-washy.
Yeah. You still
Definitely no
you
wishy-washy.
still want to do what you want to set out to do.
Yes, you have to. That's your main thing. That's the most important. You already set up, this is me.
Yes. Now the problem with me is I don't think most people know who I am. I don't know if people can accept me because they don't actually understand me, but that's the difference. I don't always tell people what I think, I guess.
How do you feel about me towards you?
I think that
Are you feel comfortable?
I think you're very nice to me.
Why?
You're very nice and you're very kind, and I think you appreciate that I want to learn something, and and you're happy to help me. You want to help me become you want to help me mature as a Christian, and that's my opinion.
Good. Do you like it or you don't like it?
I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate being encouraged and learning from other people. Yeah, who are older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Good. Good or bad?
it's good for me.
Good. I'm glad.
Um,
I'm glad you like the idea. That's good. So you open your eyes, you see things.
I think, you know, maybe I'll end with this point, but I think that when I was younger, the most thing, I think it's important to be humble. But,
Yes.
but as you get older, in my opinion, you have to be bold and humble at the same time. If you're just humble but not bold, then you can't be an effective Christian. And so somehow, as I get older, I have to find the way to balance being,
Both.
yeah, not afraid, but still willing to be teachable and be willing to accept that I might make a mistake. And that is probably where
Difficult.
that's where I'm at right now.
You're doing good job. You are.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. You're doing it right.
Yeah.
This is important.
But not to
For
be
your
too
life.
not to be too bold because now I'm arrogant,
Yes.
but not to be too humble because then I don't do anything.
Yes.
So I have to find that balance. And
Good job. You did good. That's the way it is. That's a good way it's supposed to be.
yeah, do you see this as normal for a lot of people, or maybe do you think a lot of
Only
people
a few.
are unbalanced? Is that what you're saying?
Only a few.
Yeah, tell me.
Most people, they just talk. They don't do.
Yeah.
But you talk and you do.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Uh-huh.
And people will judge for that. You talk correct, and also you do the same.
Do you have any other advice for me? What?
You are doing a good job already.
Uh-huh.
You don't need any more advice
Yeah.
because you know how to control everything.
I know. I know how to control everything.
Yes.
If you're listening,
You are doing good as a young person. You're very good. Yes.
thank you, Madge.
Thank God for you as a church member.
Yeah. I guess,
That-
yeah.
This is a lot of work on you. I'm not sure you understand that part. Or not.
I will say, for me now that I'm older, I feel a responsibility to
Yes.
grow the church.
Yes.
But also,
Yes, you did it right.
but because I'm also older, I understand that it takes a lot of people working together,
It's not easy.
and you have to
Well,
you have to expect criticism
yes,
at times,
exactly.
but you also need
No
other
matter
people,
what you do, you
Yeah.
get criticism anyway.
and you have to ask other people to help you find good friends.
That criticism aside, because no matter what you do, you always get criticism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
That's the way that the world is. So don't be afraid. Your criticism, it depends how God judge you.
well, I don't mind.
I think you're okay.
I don't mind. I feel that my heart is in the right place because I
Yes.
just want to help.
The people.
Let me ask you a question, Madge. This is maybe my last question. I feel that there is a problem in our church.
Oh yeah.
This is what I want to tell you what the problem.
all church.
But with our church, tell me if you agree.
All church.
I think there's a generation that is getting older
Yes.
and they feel
The
a little bit,
new generation.
and then there's people who are older that feel a little bit disconnected. And there are young people who are looking for a place to feel at home. And so my heart is to make young people feel like they can be a family at our church. We can welcome them. And then my other heart is that I want to make sure people who have served at the church don't feel like we overlook them. And I think it's hard getting older. And I think that maybe people who are older feel unappreciated. And I don't feel that is right if I'm a member of the church that we allow for that. We want to take care of those who are older and those who are younger. That's my heart.
Yeah.
You tell me
that's
what
good.
you think.
I think that's a very good way to compromise all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And I'm in between. I'm not young and I'm not old.
I know.
So I feel the need to try to help both parties.
sides.
Yes.
That's good. Good job.
Uh-huh.
Continue. You did a good job thinking, just seeing the difference between the two groups, the older and the younger. That's good.
But I think people, yeah, I just,
People you don't think they appreciate,
yeah.
but they do.
I think older people are very appreciative because they know what it feels like to be overlooked. And they know what it feels like to give a lot and then to be taken advantage of.
Yes.
So I think older people are very much more appreciative than maybe younger people realize.
Yes. That's a good way of thinking.
Is that what you think? You think that's true?
Some of them, yes, but not all.
Uh-huh.
But they shouldn't be thinking that way.
But I think it's natural.
Yeah, I guess the human being.
Yeah. And I think younger people, it's natural for them to not think about other people because they're focused on their own life. They're too young. So
They have no experience yet.
So I feel that if we could balance both parties, help younger people to think more about the
Understand.
older people and give older people a chance to
Understand
stay
young
connected,
people.
it would make everyone happy.
Yes. Good way. That's good. Good job.
Is that what you would think? That's
I think so.
yeah.
They need each other.
Yeah, I know. I believe it.
They really need each other.
I need young people that I can play with and have fun, and I need for me older people that can encourage me.
Yes. You should do.
Yeah,
Everybody does.
I know.
You're not the only one.
Yeah,
It's important. Because when certain people up to certain stage, they feel that way. So you're no exception.
yeah.
They all feel that way, same way you feel.
But
You will understand.
my guess is that people may feel this way, but they're afraid to share it because they're afraid that people will judge them
Yes.
for being weak or
Yes.
too self-centered.
Yes.
So we cannot depend on people to say. We just have to go out there and be kind to people. That's my opinion. Is that true?
That is very true. Not true. Very true. It's true.
People are not going to go out and ask for help because they feel embarrassed.
Yes.
So you have to be proactive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because then they know, oh, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And they feel that they are not the only one that feel that way. Because the other people feel the same way too.
Yeah.
That helps.
Well,
Just remember that, you're not the only one.
when you feel a certain way, you're not alone.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's important. People just thinking of me,
Right.
I. But no, we.
So I
Say we.
So I told my friend the other day, who's younger, and he's got family problems, and
Yeah.
he feels like he's alone because he's the only one trying to help the family.
Yeah.
And I said to the person, don't forget, you're not the only one who feels lonely.
Yes.
A lot of people feel the way you are. So if you ever feel depressed, remember, you're not alone.
Exactly.
And if you don't, and if you feel bad, try to help other people because they probably feel bad too. That's kind of my way of trying to help
That's
you.
a good advice.
Don't just think about your own problems.
Yeah. Think about the other people,
Yes.
same problem
And
as
then
you.
if you can help them, you'll feel better.
Yes.
You'll feel like you're connected to someone else.
Yes, exactly.
Is that true?
Very true. 100% true. Yeah, it's not funny. It's,
If you're-
it's
if you're
very true.
You know what I'm talking about. I just talked to you yesterday. Yeah.
Exactly. It's very important. See, the problem is the younger people, they're afraid that they be laughed at.
Yes.
That's why they are afraid to speak up.
Yes.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be. And actually, this is part of the older people's fault. They should let them know that we are all human beings. Nothing to be ashamed of.
I think a lot of people are afraid.
Of course. Especially.
Everyone is afraid to reach out to everyone else.
Exactly. So this is the one thing the older generation should let the younger generation know about that. They are not the only one.
Yeah. One of the things that really helped me to mature is talking to my grandmother.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember her name, Jenny Jan.
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
And, you know, I grew up and all I knew was the grandma, but because she's maybe like 70 years older than me, 65 years older than me, I was never able to see how she struggled when she was younger. So when I got older and I asked her about her whole life, I realized that, wow, there are a lot of things I don't understand about you.
Yeah.
And after that, I realized that probably most people are not sharing how they actually feel or all their life experiences.
Yes.
And so we cannot judge people just by the surface.
Yes.
That's what I learned.
Yes. That's good. You're lucky.
And so I had to try to,
You experience that. It's good. You're lucky. Not everybody experience that, and then the rest of their life, they feel sorry.
so my grandmother taught me a lot. And she also introduced me to her friends like Toe, and I listen,
Yes.
and they teach me that,
Toe is a good person.
yeah, he's
Toe and Rose.
Toe and Rose, yeah. I didn't really know Rose that much, but when Rose died, I started driving them to church, you know, and so I didn't really get a chance to know. I only knew Toe better after his wife passed away, more so.
They both are very good person. Both of them.
So that's why I had this perspective, because thinking about my grandmother makes me realize that as a young person, there's so much I don't pay attention to that is making me that is stunting my maturity.
Yes.
It's preventing me from growing because I'm living in my own head. I have to be able to see other people deeper.
That's good. That's a good way to learn. But it's difficult.
Yeah, when you're young, yes, it takes time to appreciate
Yes.
the ability to do these things.
Yeah. But you are lucky. You are lucky. You live between the two generations.
Yeah.
You're very lucky
Yeah.
that you see both sides. That's good. And pass it down to the other generation.
That's right. So if you're listening, I'm going to try to pass down this to the next generation so we can all be better.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we'll end it there, but you know, I appreciate your advice, Madge. I think that
I'm not sure if this is advice or what.
encouragement that you tell me, keep going, don't stop.
going.
That's enough for me.
That's it. Keep going.
Yeah.
We have to. We owe it to our older people.
Yeah.
We have to carry on.
I have to, yeah.
It's your job.
And don't be selfish. Think about other people.
Yes. For the younger generation.
Yeah.
They need it. They need the help.
Okay. Well, Madge, thank you very much for guiding me again in your wisdom.
Sorry.
And thank you for not yelling at me.
You don't need to be yelled. You are so mature.
Uh-huh.
You know exactly what you're doing. You know it before me do.
Well, I'm sure if you're not yelling at me, don't worry, someone else is going to yell at me. So I appreciate that for you being nice to me.
You are a kind person.
Okay. All right.
You know exactly what you want.
I do. Okay. Well, thank you very much if you're listening. I hope you appreciate this little conversation
Oh, of
between
course,
Madge and I.
of course.
And you enjoyed this time too, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.